Welcome back to this week's edition of Freshman Focus. Joining us here in the log cabin, Delaware County Fairgrounds, is Brian Brown. And Brian, last year you said that going to Florida really was tough because of the grandkids. That was an indication that you were going to give up going to Florida. How's your winter been here in the Buckeye State?
The winter, the weather itself was tough. We've had a pretty tough winter, but our track has been really good. They put a lot of material on. The boy that does the track, the two guys have done a really good job maintaining it. Hardly missed a day. With being at home, not only the grandkids, but our kids raced a little bit. It made the winter fly by. You know, when we go to Florida, I get down there, sometimes I'm there by myself, sometimes Jenny's with me. A little bit, the grandkids will come down for a week, but it's just so much slower down there. We don't do much when we were in Florida. So from noon to 1 o'clock, we're in the house and we're there until 6 o'clock the next morning. Here, it just seems like there's always something going on. So to me, this winter has went by quicker than most winters.
Out there this morning, 2-seat jog cart, Chase with you.
Yeah,
got the lines jogging by himself. You're just riding along. That has to be the greatest feeling in the world.
It is. He's getting to the age where this was fun a couple years ago. Now he's got to the point where he don't want me out there. He wants to be out there by himself. His aunt, Tisha, Uncle Bo let him jog a horse by himself yesterday, an older one. I don't have anything I can feel safe sending him out there by himself with. So he's kind of outgrowing this double-seater thing, and he's wanting to be out there. He's wanting to train now. He just got the jog. Now he's wanting to train by himself. So we're trying to calm him down and go the steps a little slower.
How old is he?
He's 9. He'll be 10 in another month.
How old were you when you were jogging horses?
I don't remember, but I know I was little when I used to ride with my dad, my uncle. I didn't probably get pushed along as quick as a lot of kids, and I'd liked it. They kept me in the barn working. I know I didn't get to start training horses until I was probably 14 or more. I had jogged some and everything, but they probably made me do it more the right way than my kids, and let alone my grandkid will do.
Brian Brown's home too.
Yeah, this has been a nice winter to be home.
Have you changed your stable in the last couple of years?
Well, it's changed. You know, we haven't had a good last 3 years. Last year was better than the 2 years before that, but our numbers are down. We have less 2-year-olds. Probably same number of 3-year-olds, maybe just less 2-year-olds. I had probably 6 older horses this year. We raced a couple this winter, and they've moved on, turned a couple out, sold one. I've got another 5-year-old that's qualified. He's ready to race. And then Pants on Fire's 4. With the money we race for in Ohio, it's hard not to have those horses. So we'd like to start getting more. I just don't want a bunch. I don't really want to be too deep in the claiming game. That's not for me.
How many 2-year-olds do you have?
I think we had 16. We picked up a couple more the 1st of January. I think we were at 18. We've turned 1 or 2 out. So I still think we're in the 15 to 16 area.
You know, in past years, we've always looked at 10, sometimes even 12 of your 2-year-olds. And this year, with the new guidelines, they want to keep us down to 5. Was it hard to pick out the 5 this year?
A little bit. I had to decide on a couple. Actually, if we'd have talked a couple weeks later about who I was picking out, I'd have probably swapped 1 or 2. A couple that I didn't put on, we're having a little trouble. We've got a really nice Monty Mickey filly that had a splint. And with Woodland Run losing their equipment, we had to wait, and she was getting sore. And as soon as we froze that, within a week, she just started turning around. She'd have probably been on this if it had been a little later.
Mention her name, though.
Tamale.
Tamale.
Yeah.
Remember that one, folks.
Once a year, the greatest converge. 12 championship races, over $7 million on the line. History will be made. Legends will rise. In October 2026, Scioto Downs becomes the venue where speed meets destiny. The Breeders' Crown, harness racing's ultimate showdown. It all comes down to the Breeders' Crown.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Let's start off with Brie Blue Chip down by the seaside out of Shania Blue Chip by Roll with Joe. Nice filly.
I really like her. We really liked her at the sale at Lexington, and we were prepared to go to around 70. We got her for 40, and we got pretty nervous. You know why? Did she only bring 40? Went back and looked at her again, didn't see anything. The people from Blue Chip were so disappointed. They thought she would bring 100, and they offered to stay in with her. And we had our 4 guys, so we didn't have room for them. But once we got her home, you know, we thought a lot of her right from the start. Good gaited, a great attitude. Been in like 225, so she's doing everything really easy. And we've had great luck with the Seaside to Roll with Joe mares.
Shania Blue Chip has a mark of 52-4. This is the second full for Brie Blue Chip. First full, 156-3, so had a decent young season, but real high hopes on this one.
Yes, she reminds me a lot of another Seaside filly we had. I believe she was out of a Roll with Joe mare, Hey Hey Mama, still racing in the opens at Scioto. She was like 7 out of 10 as a 3-year-old got hurt, and we had to wait. Got her back for the final. She finished 4th, but was trapped in. If she'd have got through, we think she'd have won. A lot like that mare.
In training your 2-year-olds this year, did you have to kind of change your schedule by being up here in Ohio?
I started a little bit later. I usually start in Florida around mid-January, but actually putting a watch on them. Here I waited till the 1st of February. I wanted to make sure I had enough miles in. We went through some spells there where the weather wasn't great, and we just waited it out. But I got started when I wanted to. So usually when I leave Florida the 1st of April, I'm in 20, maybe a little quicker. I have actually been in 22 with one set that wasn't supposed to beat 25, but we're where I want to be.
That's the Brian Brown School. The other one we're now looking, this one's a colt, Jeremiah 4 by Well Said out of Meadowland Lindy Lou by Stonebridge Wriggle. You've had Well Saids before?
Yes. We've had a handful that were pretty nice and some that just really didn't care to be good horses. This horse acts like a good horse. Now, he is small. We have his full brother that's a 3-year-old, Maserati Marv, that trained down here. I don't think he ever lost a training trip in Florida or when we come north. He qualified here, I'm thinking like 57 and a quarter and 26 and a piece. He got sick, a stomach issue. He was never the same. Every week he actually got worse. That horse is coming back now. He's going to qualify this week. He seems back to himself. This colt at this time of year seems even better, but again, he's very small. But if I got 15 2-year-olds and I would line them all up and race them, he'd whip them all right now.
The pedigree is pretty strong on this Meadowland Lindy Lou. Marco 52-4. Won $174,000. This is the 5th full. The best one has got a record of 152, Meadowland Terror, $282,000. So
this is a family of Skip and Tamley Hoovlers, and they've had pretty good luck. Mike Metters has done really good with this group of horses.
Yeah. Say Meadowland, you think it's Meadow, but it's Medo, Meadowland.
Right.
And we lost a good guy when we lost Skip.
Yeah, we're losing too many Skips in this world.
Yeah. He was a great individual. Well, best of luck with you for Jeremiah 4. Moving on, this is Big Man in Town by Down by the Seaside out of a mare named Perfect by American Ideal. Is he living up to his name?
Early he was, and here lately he's starting to struggle a little. He's still okay, but he's not as good as he was maybe 2 weeks ago. We just started him on EPM medicine to help see if we can change him around a little. But if he comes back to the way he acted just even a couple weeks ago, he's still been in 25 with the rest of them. But again, he just doesn't seem quite as good. But we were actually thinking he was one of our nicer ones when we made this list up.
The mare Perfect was unraced. This is her second foal. First foal got a mark of 156-2 in a qualifier and hasn't made a penny. What turned you on to this one, though?
He was a pretty nice looking horse, and it's a pretty good family if you go down into the second and third dams. And we've had pretty good luck buying second foals. The first one might not have even raced. And we bought a lot of foals out of mares that never raced. Some mares are just not to be race horses, but they still have that breeding.
Do you find that most trainers kind of stay away from first foals?
I don't think, I suppose there are some, but myself and I'm sure there are several others, I always say we pay more for the unknown than we do the known. If a mare has 5 or 6 foals, a lot of us would rather buy a first foal than a 5th or 6th foal. The first year stallions, we go crazy over those.
Yeah. I know Billy Houghton once told me he loves first foals.
Right. I think probably more people do than don't.
This is Big Man in Town by Down by the Seaside. Our fourth 2-year-old, Nothing But a Smirk, summa cum laude out of Smiley Rocks, and another mare that was unraced.
We have had a sister to this one. I can't remember. It was Smiley Dragon, I think.
Smiley Dragon.
She won a sire stake for us.
150-4 and $176,000.
She was a small horse. This is a much better looking horse. She was very thick and round, but this horse is a much better looking horse. And he's one of them where we had to wait a while. He had a curb and some splints. And since we've taken care of those, he's starting to turn the corner and come around pretty good. He had been doing okay, but you could tell things were starting to bother him, and now he's coming back around.
Is he a lazy horse, or?
I would say he's laid back. He's easy to drive. He's not excitable. He'll go when you ask him, but he's not a hard horse to handle at all.
You like that kind of a horse?
Oh, we all like them horses. Yeah. The ones that are a little hot and a little spooky, and it just make things harder on everybody.
Nothing But a Smirk by summa cum laude out of Smiley Rocks. The fifth and final young horse we're looking at is Coastline Breeze, Down by the Seaside. It's out of a mare She's In for Life. Another goes back to Well Said.
Yeah, this colt he's starting to come around. We did put him on EPM medicine, but he broke and jogged down. He was doing fine. Then he was starting to get hard to handle. Gelded and everything, might have made a slight improvement. The EPM seems to have helped. Little tough to handle, but always on the pace, even when he's not easy to handle. He's never making breaks. He's always pacing and wanting to go forward. We just have to keep him under control. But it kind of runs in the Seaside a little. You just usually don't see it quite this early. But his last couple trainings, he has improved a lot.
She's In for Life. The mare had a mark of 152 and earned $148,000. This is the third full. a 3-year-old took a mark of 53-2 and won $19,000. She's by the Sea. Do you remember that one?
No, I do not.
Yeah. You didn't have it.
No, didn't have her.
Seems like, again, lead into that down by the seaside bloodline, though.
If you told me I only got to train one sired set of horses, it would be him. Yeah. I mean, he was my horse, but right now he just dominates Ohio.
Yeah.
So you think if you ain't got some, you're probably behind the 8 ball to start with. But we've got a couple other ones that are not seasides that we like.
How old is he now?
Oh boy, he was 3-year-old and 18, I believe. So another.
Set the world record though as a 2-year-old.
He did right here. Yeah, he was a very, very fast horse. He was. I've always said he was a little bit of a bully, but he could go fast for a long ways.
Well, Brian, thank you for joining us on Freshman Focus this year, and good luck to you. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it, and continued success.
Thank you, Roger. I appreciate it.
Join us again for our Wednesday and Friday Freshman Focus races at 7 p.m. Be here!